The new head coach of the Vancouver Canucks joining us now on the Team 1040, Mr. John Tortorella. John, is this your first interview today?
That's funny.
Welcome.
Thanks, guys.
How you feeling?
I'm okay.
Is this odd for you? It's all happened very quickly. It wasn't that long ago you were employed by the Rangers, and now here you are, a ocean away and a continent away, on the other side of the continent at least. Has it all happened awfully fast in your mind?
Yeah, it's been the process was pretty intense with Mike. It's been weird with Elaine and I really basically switching teams, going from one coast to the other. Licking your wounds after you do get fired. A lot of stuff going on, but again, as I really tried to stress today, I'm the fortunate one here to end up with this type of opportunity.
John, I missed this, or I may have missed this today. If I did, I apologize. But your parents, I didn't hear their names come up, William and Rita, and I just want to know what their influence was on you. What did they do, and how were you raised in the Boston area?
Well, that's how you form yourself, are those early years. And my dad, who just passed away about a year ago, was just a hardworking man. My mother, he's an electrician by trade. My mother was that typical Italian family. She took care of the business with such a big family that we had, and she's still with us, living in Boston. I just saw her last week, and she's trying to find a way a little bit here, losing her partner for a bit, and but everything's good. My parents were we're middle class, and they went about the business and brought us up the best way they thought possible.
John, growing up in Boston, the Bruins were big, bad, and good. Is that what happened is that what turned you on to hockey, number 4, maybe?
I was my favorite player was Derek Sanderson back in the day. Yeah. I mean, Orr was Orr, and you had Esposito, Hodge, McKenzie, all the boys there, and but Derek Sanderson was a favorite of mine, and that was. I was at that game when Noel Picard tripped Bobby Orr when he scored the 4th goal, overtime. There's so many fours involved in that goal, so. Yeah, that's a long time ago.
Sanderson set it up.
Yeah, from behind the net. Yeah.
What'd you like about Sanderson, John?
I just liked the way he played, and he was pretty unique back then. He had that sweep check, they used to call it, and
go down to one knee.
Yeah, down to one knee, and he was a bit of a wingnut. We all know that, and but he played hard, and I respect what's happened with Derek too. And where the road he went to and the road he's climbing back into. I think it's terrific what's happening there.
John, you were the leading scorer for the Virginia Lancers when you were 27 years old. You were the head coach of the Virginia Lancers when you were 28.
Yeah.
What's your leadership DNA here? What's going on?
Well, I don't know what it is. I go about my business very honestly. I think I'm fair to the players. I expect a lot out of the players. I think players want to be moved to a level that they're trying to reach, and it's hard to get there. I think when you're trying to motivate and get athletes to another level, and you're honest with them through the process, conflict happens. I don't think conflict is a bad thing. Everybody kind of gets spooked by conflict. I think it's a very healthy thing. As long as you handle it like men, you work through it. And I think you become closer, and I think you become better as people. And I'm not sure if I'm answering your question, but that's where we go.
Were you a coach on the ice when you played at Maine? Were you always that? Did you have that sort of analytical eye, John?
No, I wouldn't say so. I just loved playing. I wasn't any good. I really wasn't. I played hard. I think I got my opportunities because I played hard. Coaches were mad at me at certain times because of being undisciplined, and but I had great opportunities in college. Played under some really good coaches both in hockey and baseball. I think the form, and I worked for Rick Dudley. I work for John Muckler. I work for Jim Schoenfeld. I am very fortunate some of the people that have been around to try to form how you want to be as a coach.
What did you know about Mike Gillis when this process started?
Not a thing. it's the first time I've met Mike. The process was it was long. It was a number of meetings. I think Mike thinks out of the box, which intrigues me. I think it's such a copycat league. He's always looking for some sort of edge to help his team. I think you got to decipher through it. If it's going to work, if it's going to help, yes, let's use it. If not, let's try something else. But I just like the way he's gone about the business, and he's been very thorough with me in trying to understand who I am. And I've done a little homework on him also along the way here, and it's been a great process. And again, as I said, I think he's sticking his neck out a little bit for me because I do come with some baggage along the way, and he feels that I'm the guy right now for the team, and I respect that, and I certainly appreciate it.
How much change do you expect of you? You just turned 55 yesterday. As we get,
Yep.
You're talking to a couple of guys in your wheelhouse age-wise here, and we don't change very easily.
Yeah.
What do you expect of yourself, John?
Well, I think I need to make some adjustments. Certainly, the questions that everybody wants to ask and did ask and will ask is media, and I've had a few situations, especially of late, that have kind of struck me to where it's gone to a different level, and basically that's what I'm being known as, is this guy that doesn't get along with the media and does some stupid things there, and I think I'm more than that. I think I offer more to the game than that. But I certainly make my own bed, and have put myself in that spot, and I can't do that in this type of situation. I wish it didn't get out of hand in New York, because I respect that organization also. So, yeah, I need to make some corrections. I am not going to be going out to dinner and having beers with the media, but I certainly need to understand that they have a job to do, and I need to work on a relationship with them.
John, you started the press conference by talking about always wanting to work in Canada, always wanting to coach in Canada. Can you expand on that?
Yeah, because the scrutiny's there. The demand to win is there. It's a bit of the backbone of everybody. And I'm certainly not taking anything away from the teams I've coached for and the teams in the States, but I want that challenge, and now I find myself in a situation here where I walk down the street and everybody's been great, but the first thing that comes out of their mouth is, "Are we going to win a Stanley Cup?" And that's not a bad thing. It really isn't. I think expectations and pressure and that type of focus on it it's to a different level in Canada, and that's what I've from early on, as I've been fortunate to be in this business, I was hoping there would be an opportunity, and it's come around here, and I thank the ownership and Mike for the opportunity.
You say you've already been recognized, and we certainly believe that. Are you okay with that sort of?
You
mentioned the word scrutiny.
Yeah, I'm. Out of the game. My family, my wife and I and kids, we're pretty low key and. Pretty much to ourselves, and but it's also part of my job. I mean, it's part of my job, and I think sometimes you want to get away from it, and we'll have our opportunities to get away from it. But I also recognize that's what this is, and so I'm good with it. I really am, and everybody's been great to me, but we haven't lost a game yet.
Good point. Yeah, perfect record. Hey, you know what the worst part of the lockout was for me, John, was no 24/7. I love the HBO series. You went through that with the Rangers. What was that process like?
I thought it was when they first came to us, and that year we were going to Europe. We had a lot of different situations going on with our team, and then 24/7. I was really worried about it, but I tell you, they were first class, and to anybody that is asked to do it, or any team or player or manager, coach, I certainly would sign up for it because it was a great experience for us. It really was, and you know what? I haven't even watched the shows. I haven't even taken time to watch them, but I've heard such great things about it, and the players loved it. Let's face it, our players are entertainers. They love that stuff. And it was a great experience for us, how to handle that type of, I don't even want to call it a distraction as I did early on. It was different, and I think it taught our team during that year to handle things. And, that's the year we go to the conference finals. So it's funny how it works. With all those distractions going on that year, we find our way. So it was a great learning experience.
Yeah, well, let me tell you, as somebody who watched those episodes about 50 times each, it was fabulous. And during the Rangers and Flyers 24/7, we saw your relationship with Liam Traynor, who's, I think at the time, a 10-year-old. He suffers from cerebral palsy, the biggest Ranger fan in the world. You guys obviously had a very special relationship. Just how special was that, John?
Oh, I get goosebumps right now. Yeah. Liam is he is going for another operation July 1st. So it continues. So that and this kid here, he wasn't given a fair whack right from birth. Right from birth. And we text. He has texted me every day out here. We're going to bring him out here. He's a little worried we're far away right now, but we're going to bring him out here. And that puts it in. It just puts it in perspective to see what this kid has gone through. And we complain about this, that, the other thing, and we're mad about that or loss here. And it has done it's been great for me and the New York Rangers because the players have been involved with him, and and he is recognized everywhere, and it's fantastic. It changed his life. Did we expect that to happen? No, but I am so happy for him and his family because he's the man in these places here, and it's just fantastic for him because he has not been given the fair shake.
John, does he know what he means to you?
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. He texts me sometimes when things are going bad. I'm sending you a bro hug and this stuff here. He knows exactly what he means to me. We're part of each other's family now, and his parents, his siblings, his brother and sister. It's such a great family because Shannon, the twin, during this birth is as healthy as can be, and Liam just got dealt something pretty bad early on, right away, and that's what happens, and it happens to a lot of people, and that's what I'm trying to say about, we have a family foundation. When you're in this type of position, and it's not me as a person, it's the position. It opens so many doors to meet people like this, and it's changed our life, and it's changed his life, and we're glued. We're glued for life.
Well, he tweeted the day that you left the Rangers, "I am sad with NYR decision with letting my best buddy Torts go today." And then he just added speechless.
Oh, that's great. Then that's Liam. I talked to him last night, and he has texted me today. And, he's nervous because July 1st he has another operation just to try to fix some things here as it continues for him. And, he's a great kid. He is a unique kid. He really is.
John, you're a dog lover too.
Yes, I am. They're better than people. I'd rather be with dogs than people.
I hear you.
Yeah.
How many do you have?
We have 4. And we're in the process of probably having a 5th. We're terrible people to foster dogs because whenever we try to foster dogs to try to find them homes, we keep them. And they're big dogs. They're rescue dogs. Where the lockout really gave me an opportunity to really get involved with a shelter out there and to really understand the atrocities going on, not just with dogs, cats, but all animals. And so we're deeply involved with animal welfare and going to try to start trying to find something out here to see if we can help.
How much time have you spent here, John? I mean, other than hockey trips and the 2010 games, have you had an extended stay in Vancouver ever?
No. The only extended stay I had was during the Olympics, and we were busy. My family loved it. Yeah. We're an athletic, outdoor, hiking type family, all of us, and my kids fell in love with the area, and my wife did too. It's such a these past few days, I've had a little bit of a chance just walking and seeing different parts of the city. And I visited the owner's house last night and had dinner and saw some of the landscape there. My gosh, it's just beautiful. It's just beautiful.
Hey, did it occur to you when you got fired by the Rangers? Did you think for a minute, hey, I might not get one of these gigs again?
Sure, absolutely. I mean, you lose your job. We're human beings. You lose your job, and some of the things that were going on after I lost a job, as far as people kind of picking your part. Yeah, I mean, I did. I crawled into a hole, and I remember during the time I probably got about 40, 50 requests. Do you want to tell your side of the story? It's not about telling your side of the story. An organization said and told you and thinks that you're not the guy for the team right now. That sucks. It's not great to hear. And I'm sure Elaine went through the same thing after spending 7 years here. But you do. You self-analyze. You lick your wounds a little bit, and you get up and try to get going again. And listen, guys, there are some great people that have not had their first opportunity. And now this is my third. So to be in the province of BC, the city of Vancouver, in Canada, I can't express just the happiness that I have this opportunity.
Well, welcome, John. And Donnie and I are wondering if we've made a connection with you by getting through an entire interview without referencing anybody from the New York Post.
Yes, you did. You've done really well today. So we're friends forever now.
There you go. Well, I think we said this earlier too, John, but I think you have a pretty good idea of how much people are pulling for you, and not just in this town, but in this province. And Canuck Nation is pretty wide all over North America and the world, and we wish you the best of luck.
I really appreciate your thoughts there, guys, and then we'll talk along the way here.
Yep.
Thank you, John. Appreciate your time.
Thanks, John.
All right, guys. Bye.
There you go, John Tortorella, new head coach of the Vancouver Canucks. Doesn't quite roll off the tongue yet, does it? Coach Vigneault, Coach JV, John Tortorella, new head coach, Vancouver Canucks. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a fun time. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, one way or the other.
It's going to be
absolutely
controversial. There's going to be moments. I mean, I heard what he said today in advance of this interview when he was introduced at 1 o'clock that, paraphrasing, that he's got a little bit introspective. He's looked at himself. He needs to change a few things. He understands that. But the very essence of the guy, he's not going to change. He's going to be a fiery guy. The guy you saw behind the bench in New York, you're going to see that. You're going to see that.
Yeah.
And I'd be surprised if the majority of players don't welcome it once in a while. They need to be.
But they might not welcome
it.
But that's the point. I think there's a lot of people in town who feel that fine. And what did word he used? I was going to use uncomfortable. And sometimes when you're uncomfortable, it brings out the best. The word he used was conflict.
Yeah.
And how you deal with it. And sometimes that can bring the best out of you. It doesn't work for everybody, but I think that's what this team needs right now.
He's going to ask more of the players from the Twins on down. He's going to push them, and we need more bite. That really emerged today, I thought.